Alrighty, this is part two. Just went to get a drink of water and take a leak. Obviously, yeah, because Peter's greedy, he's gonna try and ask for something crazy like what? He's gonna try and ask for something crazy like $700 or older. I'm like, no, Peter, I'm not gonna pay you that. You'll rip me off. Mel Gibson might even try and push for more money too. He might try and ask for $300 or older. I'm like, no, Mel, $250 is good enough. I'm not going any higher than $250 for Mel Gibson. 250 is even me being too generous. Mel Gibson, I should pay him like $200 million of the royalties around there. I think 250 is me being too generous with Mel Gibson. He's only worth $400 million. Yeah, Mel Gibson. What I'll do for Mel Gibson, I won't offer him a percentage deal. I'll just give him a flat $200 million of the royalties, Mel Gibson. Yeah. Instead of $250 million, I'm being far too generous with Mel Gibson. He's not worth that. Because Mel Gibson's net worth is a portion of Peter's net worth. So Mel Gibson, I'll give him $200 million of the royalties. And so you sign him to a $258 million deal and give Mel Gibson 0.4% of the profits instead of 0.5. 0.5, Mel Gibson's not worth that. Give Mel 0.4%, which is about $200 million of the royalties for Mel. And you sign Mel to like a $260 million deal. That's a good deal for Mel. Half of Peter's contract. Though he doesn't rip you off. There's $280 million is too generous for Mel Gibson. So Mel Gibson, I'll give him 0.4%, pay him $58 million. I'll sign him to a $200 million deal. That's a good deal for Mel Gibson, man. He doesn't make that in Hollywood. Like, Mel, I'm not gonna pay you like $300 million to rip me off. $250 million is a good deal for you. $250 million is a good deal for you, Mel Gibson. I'm not gonna sign you to $300 million. I'm being far too generous with you. You're only worth like $400 or $500 million. That's what I'm saying. Whereas Peter's a billionaire, hence why I'm paying him something crazy like $500 million plus. Because he's bigger than you, Mel. So I'm saying. Peter, the reason why I'm giving Peter double the royalty amount you're making is because he's much bigger than you. You're giving Peter $415 million. You're only giving me $200. Yeah, because Peter's bigger than you, Mel. He's bigger than you. So I'm saying. So that's my deal for Mel Gibson. I'll give him 0.4 or a flat $200 million of the royalties. That way he doesn't rip me off. And I'll give him $58 million deal for salary and bonuses. That's my deal for Mel Gibson. It's a good deal for him, man. Don't let him rip you off, man. That's what I'm saying. And no something alive, that's a good deal. $200 million is a boatload of money. Yeah, you're gonna walk away with that on like $100+ million in your bank after taxes, Mel Gibson. With the rates, right? With the rates and all stuff, you're gonna walk away with $110 million in your bank or something like that. $120 million in your bank, you're gonna walk away with. It's a lot of money. Not as much as Peter. Peter's gonna walk away like something crazy, like $300 million, $300 million plus. But you're gonna walk away with a nice like 110, 115, 120 million in your bank, Mel Gibson. That's a lot of money. After taxes, the rates, and your agent, right? It's a good paycheck for Mel Gibson. Not as much as Peter, but it's a fat paycheck in the bank, man. It's a nice paycheck for Mel Gibson. So I'm saying, yeah. But watch out for greedy Peter, man. As Peter's gonna try and push for something crazy. Like $700 always. I'm like, Peter. I said your name 3 times. I'm not going to pay you $700 million royalties. If I do, you're now affecting the 1% I'm dividing with my 17, yourself, and all the actors. Yeah, but Ivan, like those actors are not worth your royalties, man. Just pay your 17, give your 17 a piece of royalties, not give all that money to me. You know, it's because Peter's greedy. Peter's so greedy. I guarantee you, like, I don't know, when I pay the crew 150K, Peter might tell me, I even just pay them like 60K, and the rest of the money just give it all to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, pay them like $60,000, and the remaining, I don't know, $80, $90 million, $100 million is going towards the budget. You know, so that would have been used to pay him the 150K. Give all that money to me because he's greedy, obviously. I'm like, no, Peter. Stop thinking about yourself. You have to think about others too. It's not just about yourself, man. So I'm saying it's not fair that you sign your $500 million deal, and these crewmen are making peanuts compared to you. Like with the amount of money you're making, Peter, you can live that dream life, man. Whereas these crewmen, they can't live the life that life with 60K. Yeah, but Ivan, 60K is good enough. They're not worth 150K. I'm a fucking billionaire. I'm big, Ivan. I'm like, yes, hence why I'm paying you $500 million deal. a $500 million deal. Yeah, but Ivan, it's not enough. I want more. Yes, I know, Peter, you want more. Hence why you want to suck every cent dry from everyone. You did this for Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I'm not going to let you do this for fucking Zanus, my Zanus movie. You're being greedy, Peter. Because I guarantee Peter will tell me, Ivan, just pay the crewman $60K and the rest of the money, give it all to me. You know what I'm saying? He'll do the same thing for the actors. Ivan, pay the actors less money then and give the rest of the money to me because he wants every cent of the dollar. He's greedy, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Ivan, the royalty amount you're paying all the actors, just give it all to me. You know what I'm saying? Just pay the actors their flat salary and give all that money to me. I know the $100 million going towards paying all your stars, $120 million towards paying all your stars for the royalties. Give all that money to me, Ivan. You know, so I'm like, no, Peter, I'm already paying you $450 million of royalties. That's enough. That's good enough. You're going to walk away with like $300+ million in your bank. That's a good paycheck. You're being greedy. Stop it. You're making way more than the stars. Stop being fucking greedy, Peter. Like, these actors are only going to... All the Lord of the Rings actors are only walking away with like what? They're all walking away with like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million, 11, 12 million dollars after taxes. Compare that to the $300 million you're walking away with. It's a huge difference. The actors signed massive contracts, Peter. They're all walking away with rich millions, but it's not the kind of money you're making. You're gonna walk away with like 300 million plus in your bank, Peter. 530 million New Zealand money, and his agent takes 10% of that. He's walking away with 300+ million in his bank, man. 301, 302, something crazy. You're going to be $300 million richer, Peter, from the contract you signed. And the actors have signed massive contracts, Peter, but like not the kind of contract you signed. You even signed a bigger contract than my CEO, Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau signed a massive like $150 million deal, but it's a portion of your deal. He's only going to walk away with what? Jon Favreau will only walk away with, I don't know, maybe about $190 million in his bank. Compare that to the $300 million you're walking away with. It's a huge difference. You're making way more than even guys like my CEO, Peter. You're making way more than all these Hollywood directors like James Cameron, Martin Scorsese. You know what I'm saying? All these powerful directors, yeah. Quentin Tarantino, Christopher Nolan. See what I'm saying? You're making more than all these powerful directors in Hollywood, yeah. But because Peter's greedy, he wants more money, obviously, because he's a greedy pig, obviously. Guaranteed Peter will tell me, Ivan, like, he might pull me over, Ivan, you're fucking crazy. You're paying all these stars, this kind of salary, you're overpaying them. And you're also giving them a piece of royalties. Ivan, they're not worth your royalties. All that money, just give it all to me. He's greedy, obviously. Ivan, how much money have you spent for the royalties? I don't know, a good like $120 million of my money went towards giving all the actors a piece of the royalties. 100 million, 90 million around there went towards giving all the actors. Yeah, Ivan, all that, the 90 million, just give it all to me, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? And just pay the actors a flat salary. That's good enough. And I'm like, Peter, man, you're fucking greedy. I know you're much bigger than the actors, but hence why I'm paying you a lot of money. I'm not going to let you rip me off and have you do it like that and have you take every cent for yourself, man. Yeah, but Ivan, you're doing the same thing too, man. You're taking everything for yourself too. I'm like, yes, because I'm a son of God. My wife's the spirit of God. I'm worth the money. I have the keys. The whole world wants to see me. I'm worth the fucking money. I'm king now, man. This is my money. You know what I'm saying? I'm much bigger than all you guys. And because you're much bigger than the actors, Peter, I'll pay you way more money than the actors, but I'm not going to let you rip me off and give you like $700 of my royalties. No, you're fucking crazy. I'm not going to give you that. Because Peter will guarantee try and push for like... He's gonna try and push for like 600 million plus of the royalties, man. 600, 650, 700, even 800, even $1 billion he'll try and push for. I'm like, Peter, you're fucking crazy. I'm not going to pay you that. Will he ask for money? Yes, guaranteed. He might. If he doesn't, I'll be shocked. I'll be happy. Obviously, he'll accept my deal. Obviously, but guaranteed his agent will push for more money because Peter's greedy. Peter is a billionaire. Don't forget that. He's worth $1.5 billion. He's big. He's a big, powerful director. You know what I'm saying? He makes a lot of money in Hollywood. He saw my videos. He knows the kind of money I'm going to make off my movie. He wants a nice piece of that pie. If Ivan makes $50 billion off his movie, I want a nice 800, 700 $1 billion of that pie. He wants a nice piece of that, obviously, but I'm not going to give him that big of a piece. Otherwise, he's ripped me off. He's affecting my 1%. So I'm saying, yeah, I'm not going to give Peter that kind of money. Otherwise, he's ripped me off, and he's affecting my 1% that I'm giving to all my stars. Yeah, but Ivan, John Boyega is not worth $8.9 million, man. He's only worth like $1.5 million for a movie, $2 million at most, Ivan. $1.7 million for a movie he's worth. Pay him $1.7 million. That's good enough, Ivan. He's gonna walk away with a fat check. That's enough to last him for years. Like Peter, if you pay him that money, he won't work as hard, man. I'm telling you right now, I know what I'm doing. If you pay John Boyega $1.7 million, he will not work as hard. He won't work as hard for you, man. I'm telling you right now. He'll work. Ivan, you don't have to worry, man. My Lord of the Rings actors got peanuts and they work hard for me. Like Peter, if you want to get a better movie, pay these actors more money. That way they work harder for you. If you want skyscrapers to be buried in Hollywood, pay these actors way more money. That way they work harder for you. And you solidify skyscrapers as a better company than Hollywood. And if you pay these actors that kind of money, they're going to respect you and they're going to work much harder for you. And they're all going to brag about how much skyscrapers is buried in Hollywood because I paid them more money. See what I'm saying? I know, Peter. I'm not stupid. I know John Boyega is not worth $8.9 million. I'm not stupid. He's a rising star. He's only worth like $1 million, $1.5 million for my movie. Carl Urban's only worth like $700K for my movie. Yvonne Jody is only worth $450,000, $500K for my movie. Danielle Manette's only worth maybe $550,000 for my movie. You see what I'm saying? Digimon 2 is only worth maybe $2 million, $3 million, $2.5 million for my movie. Idris Elba's only worth a couple million for my movie. And Selena Bassett's only worth a couple million. They're all worth a couple million for my movie, yes, I know. Don Cheadle's maybe worth $5 million for my movie. Vigo's worth maybe $4 million, $4.5 million. I know I'm overpaying them. If you want my skyscrapers to be buried in Hollywood, pay them more money. And if you want them to work harder for you, pay them more money. They will work harder for you. And because they're in my movie, their value goes up. Because they're Hollywood actors. Okay, because they're in an Ivan movie and you want to get better acting out of them, their value goes up. And that's why you pay them more money. Because they're in an Ivan movie, their value goes up because they're Hollywood actors, and if you want them to get a better movie, you pay them more money. They will work harder for you. See what I'm saying? Yeah, but Ivan Vigo isn't worth $10 million. That's a bigger A-lister salary. He's only worth like $4 million for a movie, Ivan. He's worth Carl Urban's salary, like 4.5. That's good enough. You walk away with millions, a couple million in his bank. That's a good paycheck, Ivan. Fees, fines for use that money. You don't have to give him $10 million, give him $11 million royalties. You're fucking crazy, Ivan. Just give all that money to me. I'm like, no, Peter, I'm not going to give all the money to you. You're fucking greedy. I'm not going to give all the money to you. You have to think about other actors too, man. It's not just about you. I'm saying, for Lord of the Rings, you didn't think about the stars. You only thought about yourself. Hence why you took the whole $250 million for yourself. And you left all those actors with peanuts. Because you're fucking greedy, obviously. Ivan, did Peter really do that? Yes, man. Peter did that, man. Peter took the whole $250 million treasure for himself for Lord of the Rings. And those Lord of the Rings actors got peanuts. They made like $250K for the movie. If they got the warmer bones, they were well taken care of. If they didn't, Peter's obviously a greedy pig. You could have given them a good like $400K of his money, man. He's fucking greedy, man. He's a greedy animal, man. He took the whole Ivan, let me ask you a question. If you made that money, would you take all the treasure? Yes, I'd take all the treasure myself, but I would have shared some of my pile with the actors, man. I would have given them a good like $1 million of my money. The 7 stars. $7 million is not going to hurt you if you make $250 million. Because Peter's greedy, I want to be sent to this. You know, I'd say he's fucking greedy. He took the whole treasure for himself, obviously. He's greedy, yeah. He took the whole treasure for himself because Peter's a greedy pig, man. He's a greedy animal. I want to be sent to this. You know, so he took the whole thing for himself. The whole Lord of the Rings is what made Peter the man he is today. It made him rich, man. Before Lord of the Rings, Peter wasn't big at all. He was an indie director. He didn't do any big budget movies. He did all these independent horror movies like Meet the Feebles. You know what I'm saying? Meet the Feebles. He did Heavenly Creatures. He did all these kind of movies before he did Lord of the Rings. So New Line took a chance on this nobody director, and then Peter Jackson pulled it off, and he was able to strike a massive deal with New Line for Lord of the Rings. Okay, pay me $10 million. They took a chance on Peter. I was surprised Peter was able to bargain for that kind of money because he was a nobody director when he did Lord of the Rings. Yet he pulled it off. New Line took a risk on Peter. Okay, we're gonna take a risk with you, Peter. You're a nobody director. How much money do you want? Okay, I want $10 million for the movie. Okay, we'll pay you a base $10 million, and I want a good like 8% of the gross. And you negotiate for 8% of the gross, obviously, because Lord of the Rings was Peter's baby, obviously, and that's what made him rich, man. It made him the man he is today. Once Lord of the Rings got released on theaters, that made Peter Jackson filthy rich. He made $250 million off the 3 movies. It made him the man he is today. It made him wealthy, obviously. Did Lord of the Rings make the Lord of the Rings actors wealthy? No. The Lord of the Rings actors got peanuts for Lord of the Rings. It launched their careers, obviously. They were able a lot of them were pretty successful after Lord of the Rings. But like Lord of the Rings did not make the Lord of the Rings actors rich. The only one who struck it rich off Lord of the Rings was Ian McKellen. He made his nice $13 million. So he made his millions, obviously. Whereas all the other actors got peanuts. They only made like $250K, $175,000. They made shitty money. But Lord of the Rings opened the door for them. It launched their careers. As all Lord of the Rings actors are all pretty successful people. They're all like rising stars, B-list, A-list actors. Like Elijah Wood, Orlando Bloom, Viggo, you know what I'm saying, Ian McKellen, and you know what I'm saying? Liv Tyler, Hugo Weaving, those guys are all A-list actors. Whereas Carl Urban, John Rhys Davies, Billy Boyd, and all of them, those guys are like rising stars, B-list actors kind of guys. You know what I'm saying? Like Billy Boyd is not really an A-list actor. He's like a B-list actor kind of guy. He was like the least successful out of all the guys in Lord of the Rings. John Rhys Davies has been doing a lot of television lately. You know what I'm saying? Dominic Monaghan is kind of like a rising star. He's not really an A-list actor. You know what I'm saying? He's like a hybrid rising star B-list actor. He did Lost after Lord of the Rings. He had a minor role in Star Wars. He hasn't really done any big budget movies. But whereas Elijah Wood and Orlando Bloom and Viggo and all of them, those guys are A-list actors. They're kind of like but they're A-list. Elijah Wood is kind of like but he's an A-list actor. He's worth $20 million. Sean Austin's an A-list actor too. He's worth $20 million. He's an A-list actor, but he's kind of like he's not that big. All the Lord of the Rings actors all had pretty successful careers after Lord of the Rings. It opened the door for them, obviously, but like it didn't make them rich. It made them richer in the sense that it opened the door for them. They were able to land. They got more offers in Hollywood, obviously. But like the one who really, the two people who really struck it rich were Ian McKellen and Peter. Ian McKellen and Peter made their millions. They struck it rich, man. Ian McKellen made his rich $13 million, millions in his bank, obviously, and what? It made him richer, and what? And Peter Jackson struck it very rich. It made him filthy rich, man. He made $250 million off Lord of the Rings, off the 3 movies. In other words, when you go back and watch the documentary, obviously, of Peter Jackson in Lord of the Rings, like that Peter that you see then is not the same Peter you see now. Because that was Peter before he was big, man. Before he became a big director. When he did Lord of the Rings, he was a nobody director. He was an unknown director. He was an indie director. New Line took a chance on a nobody director, and he was able to bargain for an amazing deal with New Line. He struck it rich, obviously. Peter struck it rich with Lord of the Rings. He made $250 million off Lord of the Rings, man. That's how you know he's greedy, man. And those Lord of the Rings actors got peanuts. Ivan, how peanuts? They only made like $250K for the movie, man, and Peter made $250 million. Compared $250K to $250 million, a huge difference. It's one thing to make like $25 million and one person makes $250K. It's another thing to make $250 million and then someone makes $250K. It's like a slap in the face. New Line could have easily struck a deal with the actors. Okay, if Peter makes $250 million, you take a good, like, I don't know, you take a good what? $1 million, $1.5 million, $2 million of Peter's money or something like that. The 7 stars. They could have done it like that. They didn't. That's how you know the New Line executives, some of them are assholes, obviously. Yeah. As according to the book, one of the New Line executives told Elijah Wood he has a crappy agent. According to the book. And then Peter Jackson had to stand up to Elijah Wood. Don't tell an actor that. Don't tell an actor that you could have paid him double what you made. Yeah, he said, we could have paid you double what you made, Elijah Wood. You have a crappy agent. That's how you know the Warner Bros. Executives some of the New Line executives are assholes. They can be assholes sometimes. They could have paid Elijah Wood and all the more money. They just didn't because they're fucking cheap people, obviously. Yeah, we can afford to pay Peter his $250 million, but we can't afford to pay the actors a $1 million salary because they're fucking weird, greedy people, man. Cheap people, yeah. And Sean Astin complained about his $250,000 check, according to the book. He was shocked. When New Line offered him $250K, Sean Astin was shocked. He was shocked what? Sean Astin was shocked about his check, obviously. Because $250K is a shit. $50,000 is a nice paycheck. In the average world, $250K is a really, really rich check. That's a nice fucking... If you make $250K a year, you're fucking rich. That's a nice paycheck, obviously, for an average person. You know what I'm saying? It's a rich paycheck, but in Hollywood, $250K is shit, you know what I'm saying? As all the ace actors make their millions. Sean Astin was shocked when they offered him $250K. It's a shitty paycheck, man. That's only like $160,000 after taxes, and your agent takes 10% of that. Don't forget that. After taxes, you have like $150,000 for yourself. With that money, you can buy yourself a nice $60,000 nice Porsche. You have a good, what? like 80 grand for yourself, and that's enough to last you for a year, and that's it. It's a shitty paycheck, man. Obviously. And then Peter made his like $250 million. He took the whole thing for himself, and he's a greedy. I want to be sent to this. He's greedy. He took the whole thing for himself. Yeah, and that's how like Peter, man. If you think you're gonna try and do the same thing for Zanis, I'm not gonna let you do the same thing for Zanis, man. I'm not gonna let you do the same thing like you did for Lord of the Rings by taking all the treasure for yourself. Yeah, but Ivan, you're doing the same thing too, man. You're taking all the fucking. You're gonna make your billions. You're taking all that for yourself, like Peter. If you think I want to pay you like $2 billion of my money, you're fucking crazy. You're not worth it. I'm not gonna give you $2 billion of my money. You're not worth that money, Peter. Peter won't ask for $2 billion. No, he knows I'm not agree, but he'll push for at least $1 billion, about $1 billion, 900, $1 billion, 700. He'll push for that. I'm like, Peter, I'm not gonna pay you $1 billion. You're fucking crazy, man. If you do, you're affecting my 1%. If I give you $1 billion, that's almost like 2% of my money gone, man. And I'm now walking home with 69%. You're crazy. I'm not gonna give you $1 billion. You're fucking crazy. He's ripped me off. He's not worth that. You're worth your $500 million, Peter, but you're not worth your $800, $900 million. You're not worth that, Peter. You're worth your nice $300, $400, $500 million per move, but you're not worth taking $800 signing an $800 million deal. You're not worth that. You ripped me off. I'm the main show. Me and Vijay are the main show. You're not. You'll build Buzz as my star director, and because everyone knows who you are, obviously. But like, directed by Peter Jackson, they'll build some Buzz, obviously. The mastermind behind Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So build buzz, obviously, but like, yeah, me and Vijay are the main show. The whole world's going crazy because they want to see me and my wife. So you gotta be careful about Peter Jackson. He's a greedy animal. He's a greedy pig. See what I'm saying? He's a greedy animal. He's a greedy pig. Peter is a greedy animal. He's a greedy pig. Peter is a greedy pig. You gotta be careful with the greedy Peter Jacksons, I'm saying. Yeah, but Ivan, they're not worth your royalties. Neither are you, Peter. You're not worth more than $400 million of the royalties either. You're not worth $600, $700 of royalties, Peter. No. You're only worth around that $100, $200, $300, $400 range for the royalties. That's enough. I'm not going any higher than that. You're being greedy. It's easy for you to say that when you sign your massive $500 million deal, and all these actors are making peanuts compared to you, and now you want to take their money. No, man, I'm not going to let you do that for Zanis. You took the whole thing to try to Lord of the Rings. I'm not going to let you take the whole thing for Zanis. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm taking most of the treasure, but I'm sharing my wealth with you, where you didn't share shit with Lord of the Rings actors. You took the whole pie for yourself because you're fucking greedy, man. You're a greedy pig. You know what I'm saying? You're a greedy pig. It's a deal, Ivan. He signs that contract, and I take Peter out to a nice dinner at Boston Pizza. And yeah. So once I sign Peter, I'll take him out to a nice dinner with what I'll do is whenever I sign Peter, I'll bring his wife Fran with him, and Barry Osborne with him, and I'll sign those guys the same day. Sign Fran to a good $1 million deal as my assistant producer, and sign Barry Osborne to like a $950,000 deal as my assistant producer. And it'll be me, VJ, my 7 team. My 7 team don't have to come with me. My guys, if you guys want to come with me to take out, you're more than welcome to come with me to take out, or me and VJ can just go with Peter, his wife, and Barry Osborne and have dinner with them at the Boston Pizza, and afterwards I'll party it up with my condo. Chances are the 17 will come with me because they don't want to be left behind. We're more than welcome to join you for dinner. Yeah, it's on me, guys. Come with me and Peter and all to the Boston Pizza. It's on me. We eat a nice dinner. We have a good time for a good 2 hours. Then after that, I party it up with Peter and all of them at my condo, my 300 condo. 300 condo, and then once the party's over with, you can have Peter sleep it off in your jet. Obviously. So instead of having Peter and them stay at a hotel for one night, it's going to cost more money. Have them sleep it off in the jet. I'm going to have nice, comfortable couches where they can just lie down and sleep. They can sleep it off in the jet. Okay, Peter, once the party's over with, I'll have a limo driver take you to my property, and the jet will be waiting for you and will take you guys home. And you can sleep it off in the jet. That way it saves me money. Instead of having him stay in the hotel for the next day and he leaves, it's a waste of money. Just have him sleep it off in the jet. Have him sleep it off in the jet, I'm saying. Same thing for the actors. Once the actors part up, once the actors sign their nice contracts, I take them out to a nice dinner. I'll just have the limo driver take them to my property and they sleep it off in the jet when they're drunk. I'm gonna have nice, comfortable couches. I'm gonna put money into nice, comfortable couches in my jet where they can like lie down and sleep. You know how in the plane you have comfortable seats. Yeah, you can sleep it off, and you have comfortable seats where you can even lie down and sleep. Lie down and sleep. Obviously, that way the actors are comfortable. Have nice air conditioning have nice air conditioning in my jet. I'm gonna buy a 300 jet, a super advanced jet, a heater in my jet. So if it's winter time and it's cold, you put the heater on. Okay, I'm gonna tell the pilot, look, man, whenever the actors are flying on the plane and it's winter time, put the heater on. That way they're nice and warm and they're comfortable in the jet. It's nice and warm for them. Because when I sign the actors, it'll be winter time. I'm gonna sign them early the second year, so that's winter time in Vancouver and in Canada, right? It'll be winter time when I fly in the actors, fly in my stars the second year, obviously. And then once Peter's sent home, within the next couple of days, I'll have him. He will go home. He will say his goodbyes to his kids and all stuff and grandkids. I'm saying by then he'll most likely have grandkids. Then I'll have the jet pick him up in New Zealand and he'll fly him to Vancouver, and then we'll begin the process of the Last of Us Angus movie project. The meetings, the board meetings with the consul artist, Peter Jackson, all them, we're going to discuss the movie. So we hand Peter Jackson, me and VJ hand Peter Jackson our notes that we took. We discussed the movie, obviously. The characters and the world building, some of the changes that should be made, we discuss all that. You know what I'm saying? How are we going to distribute it? Are we going to are we going to what? Are we going to choose online streaming, or are we going to partner with Amazon? I'm going to partner with Amazon and sell it in a box on 4K Blu-ray, a 4K Blu-ray box set. And my deal for Amazon is $72.28. That's a good deal for Amazon. If Jeff Beals disagree, I'm like, Jeff, I can easily be greedy and do 80-20 or 85-15 if you want to play games. Realistically speaking, I should be doing like an 85-15, 80-20 deal with you. I'm nice enough to give you an extra 8%. That way you benefit too and you make your billions, but you're not. I'm taking the majority of the pie because it's my money. It's my movie. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you guys are big. You're able to distribute my movie worldwide. Hence, I'm giving you that 20%. I'm not going any higher than that. That's a deal, Ivan. Yeah, I give you a good deal, Jeff. It's a good deal. You're going to make your billions. I don't know, $30 billion off the movies and merch. Yeah, a lot of money. More than 100% what you make for all your other products. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously. And then once the board meetings are now done, obviously, John Howell and them can begin drawing all the pictures. So I gave them ideas for the world building. I showed them those two pictures. I'm thinking of some ideas for the North and South, the Mystic Vale. I'm thinking of some ideas for the Southern Gillies Mountains, the Green Mossy Mountains. Yeah, you give them ideas of what they can start drawing. And I gave them ideas for what I want Aratat and the bats and all them to look like. I want Aratat to look like Pennywise the Clown, to be 3 times scarier. He's not a wolf on 4 legs. He's not a werewolf. He has human features, but he's a wolf. Big pointy ears, sharp teeth, freaky pupils, big clawed hands, big clawed feet, 6'5", 6'6". You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He has a clown psychotic look. He's a demon. He feasts looks like that would be an animal in the Hire That Boss Orc. Lord of the Rings. Yes. And John Howland began to draw the pictures all day. And then me and Peter and my two scriptwriters will begin co-writing the script. Every morning from 9 to 12, we get 2 50-minute breaks. And 12 o'clock is lunch. Everyone has lunch, obviously. In the afternoon, I do the consult arts with Peter for 4.5 hours, and we get 2 50-minute breaks, discussing the world building, the characters, what pictures we like, what pictures we don't like in the movie. And 5 o'clock, everyone's done work, and then Peter, Lil Driver will take Peter and all them to his nice suite hotel room. And Peter dedicates a good hour and a half to take his notes every day for what we wrote on that day. And once he does that, we're going to Toro. He's off for the rest of the day, and I'll give him weekends off. So Monday to Friday, you work from 9 to 5, and then you get weekends off. The way you give Peter and Guillermo Toro a break. Give them a nice break like that. You get Peter and Guillermo Toro a nice break. That's how it's going to work for my Last of Us Angus movie project. And that's why I looking at the best story I told the most picture. Yeah. And once the console arts are now finished, I send John Howe and all them home, obviously. John Howe, Alan Lee, and all them home. And we decide what pictures we want for Aratat, for Fool, Ephesus, Morale, and all them. The bats and the wolves, the demon crows, and the world building, obviously. Pictures, remember those 2 pictures I posted on Twitter? Yeah. Are beautiful. or like that, Peter would be like, holy shit, Ivan, we just shook the world. This movie's gonna have crazy worldwide buzz. Yeah, man. Like Ivan, like Aratat's like Ivan. This concert art gives me goosebumps, and you're gonna create the demonic mask and costumes based off this concert art. I'm like, yeah, Peter. Ivan, like you're looking at walking devils, Ivan. I'm like, really, Peter? Yeah, Ivan. I've worked in this industry for 40 years of my life, man. Never have I seen anything like this, Ivan. Like you're looking at walking demons and devils, Ivan. This is fucking scary. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're looking at walking demons and devils, Ivan. It's like you're looking at demons, Ivan. I'm like, really, Peter? Yeah, Ivan. You're looking at demons. He's like, this movie's gonna have crazy worldwide buzz. You know what I'm saying? You'll be shocked. Yeah, people will be shocked. You'll be fucking shocked. Yeah, man. Yeah, if you tell this kind of story, man, you Tactius, the Prince of the North, Aratat, the King of the South, you have that beautiful world building, like that picture I posted on Twitter, yeah, the Animal Kingdom, the sunset, and I'm saying the veil that veils the South, the mystic veil, and Aratat's the King of the South, the feast is king by the mountains. You're looking at a massive Ivan. This demon 24,000 wolf army, like, you shall march to Helm's Deep, something scarier than that. Double the army size of that, yeah, and the world's gonna fill for you and your men, Ivan. You and all your actors looking at demons, Ivan. This movie's gonna have crazy buzz, yeah. Now, Ivan, I consider your movie top my Lord of the Rings trilogy. This is a masterpiece. Yeah, it's a masterpiece. I wrote a masterpiece, man. Fucking masterpiece. My Peter, how scary is it? Ivan, for Lord of the Rings, we only put like $30 million towards special effects, towards those New Zealand actors who wore those orc masks, those orc high masks in Two Towers. And you're putting $400+ million towards special effects, Ivan, towards these demonic masks and costumes. You're looking at walking demons and devils, Ivan. You rented the best cameras too, the best IMAX cameras, and you have Hans Zimmer compose the music. You're looking at demons and devils, Ivan. The world might cry for you and the men. I might cry for you, Ivan. You might cry for yourself, Ivan. You're looking at demons and devils, Ivan. Like, I'm like, really? He's like, Ivan, like, every time them are gonna make those orc high and Two Towers, my ring race look good. They're gonna make them look good, Ivan. You're looking at demons, walking devils and demons. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why it's saying it's the best story told, the most picture. Yeah, man. You're looking at a masterpiece. You're looking at a masterpiece. Really, Ivan, yeah, masterpiece. Even Guillermo del Toro and people like, yeah, Ivan, I read your book, man. If you tell this kind of story, Earth and them devils, the Princes of the North, you're looking at a fucking masterpiece, Ivan. I think this will top Lord of the Rings. Yeah, it will top Lord of the Rings, man. By a slim margin, because Lord of the Rings is a masterpiece. And it was this video. I decided to talk for an hour. I can't go on for longer. I'm a little tired. I'm going to upload this video and enjoy the video with you guys. Ivan Amir, I'm signing out. Peace.